Hello students, welcome to today's online class for 9th class. Om Sri Chinmay Sadgurve Namaha. Children, today I am going to explain you about our India size and location. How to know size and location? Exactly have the doubt. Today I am going to clarify your doubt. We are not measuring in weight. Okay, we are not going anywhere to find out the location. Just I'm going to tell you how to measure our country's size and location. This is your geography lesson, first lesson, children. If you observe here, this is our India map, somewhat different from our political part. Yes or no? Most probably, if you look at India map, we know that India states and their capitals. Already explained in your previous class, this is our physical map, physical features of our country. How to point out, locate different physical features of our country. I'm going to explain you each and every one of them in today's class. Once look at the picture and identify the greatness of our country. Different people, different cultures, different monuments, our national moments, different religious people together living at one place is nothing but our great India. Each and every citizen of our country must have to know about our country. This is a country with many sacrifices, many struggles, many moments. Now we are in our country, in a United Nation, or we denoted with Indian citizen, so that we have to know about our nation. Look here, this is our globe. All of you know, I think, this is our globe. Where is the portion of India? Exactly, you know, this is our India because you identify the image of our Bharat. Yes, exactly. Now, what is this? It is like our map, world map. Looks like globe structure only. Where is India here? Here, exactly. I shown the pictures of globe and map. Though, then clearly you look the image of our country, so that you can easily identify that here is our India. Okay, how to identify map without any image of our country? Is it possible? Try. Exactly possible. How? How it is possible to locate our nation? If you have textbooks, look at textbook, children, carefully. See, India is one of the ancient civilization in the world. Indian civilization is the oldest civilization in the world. So why we got Indian civilization? Due to the Indus River, exactly. It has achieved multifaceted socio-economic progress during the last 5 decades, means after the independence. A multi socio-economic changes and progress happens in our country. It has moved forward, displaying remarkable progress in the field of agriculture. See, industries, technology, and overall economic development. We export many things, we import many things. So, a remarkable progress in our agricultural exports, remarkable raw material exports to other nations from ancient onwards. So that India has also contributed significantly to making of world history. Not only about agriculture or industry or technology. Zero. Idhasas, Puranas, hmm, and then many contributed to the world only by our great nation, India. What is this? You learn in your from your third and fourth classes one. So it is globe. Here the imaginary lines are observed. So here the horizontal imaginary lines are called as latitudes, and here the the vertical imaginary lines are called as longitudes. So overall, these imaginary lines drawn on our globe to identify the exact location of the place. Understood how to identify our nation? This is the first step, how to identify our country's location on the globe. The parallel or horizontal imaginary lines are called as latitudes, and the vertical imaginary lines are called as longitudes. The intersection point of latitude and longitude, this box we call as grid. This box we call as grid. See, horizontal imaginary lines and vertical imaginary lines. The intersection of these imaginary lines known as grid. Why these imaginary lines needed to us? As I discussed previously, it is needed to know or find out the exact location of any place, including your village, your state, your nation, or any other particular nations. That is the importance of latitudes and longitudes. Children, observe carefully. What is this full of confusion? How to locate positioning on the Earth's surface? So as we know that this is our globe. Here it is North Pole, NP. Down here it is South Pole, North Pole and South Pole. And in between the imaginary line which drawn at 0 degrees latitude we called as equator, which divides our Earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Understood? Now I am going to explain about important latitudes. Important latitudes. So here these horizontal imaginary lines, I am going to explain about only important one here. At 0 degrees equator, above the equator we have one more important latitude, that is 23.5 degrees northern latitude, which commonly known as Tropic of Cancer. Next, going to from equator to exactly 66.5 degrees northern latitude is called as Arctic Circle. Already you learned these all things in your primary classes only. Once again, I am explaining for our lesson need. And coming to South Pole, 23.5 degrees south latitude, we called as Tropic of Capricorn, and 66.5 degrees south latitude, commonly known as Antarctic Circle. These are the 5 important latitudes: Equator, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn, and Antarctic Circle. So, if we calculate here the middle one, this red mark, once observe children, this is our imaginary vertical line. Imaginary vertical line, commonly known as longitude. This is prime meridian, longitude or meridian. This is our prime meridian at 0 degrees longitude. At 0 degrees latitude we called as equator. At 0 degrees longitude we called as 0 degrees longitude known as prime meridian. So once look at here, how many latitudes we have, how many longitudes we have. So 90 degrees north to 90 degrees south. So 90 plus 90, 180 latitudes. And coming to longitudes, 180 degrees east to 180 degrees west, 360 longitudes we have. This is our west direction, longitude 90 degrees west, longitude 90 degrees west. Here longitude east and here longitude 30 degrees east. So these vertical imaginary lines are longitudes. It's from east to west, from east to west, and here latitudes from south to north or north to south. Okay, now here, see here, east is the direction of rotation of the earth. So from west, earth rotates from west to east, so that every day we got sun's rise at east direction only. That is the main reason why sun rises east only. And here the 2 days on 22nd September and 28th March, the sun rays reach our earth directly. And here on 21st of June and 22nd of December. So these are what we call as equinox days, equinoxes. Okay. This is briefly about our latitudes and longitudes. These are very helpful to locate our India on our globe. Next one about Earth rotation. Earth tilting from west to east 23.5 degrees slantingly. So you just observe the position of Earth rotation here, north west to east. So because of this rotation, what happened? Nights and days occurs. This is North Pole exactly, and this is South Pole. So slant 23.5 degrees slantingly here. Here sun never sets. Here South Pole short days, and here on equator equal days and nights, and here long days. Why this all variation? Due to the distance from the sunrise. That is the main reason for this one. So here sun never rises for these people. If you observe, to complete one rotation, from one longitude to another longitude. Earth takes 4 minutes exactly. How many minutes here? 4 minutes. Listen carefully. It is very, very important to you. Earth takes 4 minutes to rotate from one longitude to another longitude. That is what we call as Earth rotation. The temperature at near to equator from 23 degrees 30 minutes south to 23 degrees 30 minutes north. In between this location, we called as torrid zone. We called as torrid zone. Here, temperature is very high. So this is what this is torrid zone, temperate zone or torrid zone. Next one, location from 23.5 degrees south to 66 degrees 30 minutes here, and here from 23 degrees to 30 minutes north to 66 degrees 30 minutes north, we call as temperate zone. So here this is temperate zone, and here also we have temperate zone. So in this temperate zone, moderate climatical conditions, not too cool, not too hot, moderate climatical conditions. And here in this torrid zone, heavy temperature. So the countries or continents which emerge in this area, they are getting heavy temperatures. So now I'm going to explain you what is exact location of India in the view of longitudes and latitudes, and in the view of zones, climatical zones. So that this is brief introduction to that, how to measure the location, exact location of our India. And see here, third one, frigid zone. So from 66 degrees south to 90 degrees south, and here 66 degrees 30 minutes north to 90 degrees north. This zone completely frigid zone, Arctic Circle, and here Antarctic Circle. So in overall we have three types of climatical zones in the world. First one is torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Here, as I explained before, 0 degrees, imaginary horizontal line is known as equator, 23 degrees 30 minutes or 23.5 degrees northern latitude known as Tropic of Cancer, and 23 degrees 30 minutes south latitude or 23.5 degrees south we called as Tropic of Capricorn, and here 66 degrees 30 minutes North Pole Arctic Circle and 66 degrees 30 minutes to 90 degrees Antarctic zone or circle. So this is about our temperate zones, torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Next important one, useful one to identify exact location, hemispheres. This globe are divided into 4 spheres, means parts. What are they? Northern hemisphere. So the sphere from equator to North Pole, this half equal part is Northern hemisphere. And here Southern hemisphere from equator to 90 degrees South Pole is our Southern hemisphere. And here from prime meridian, what is prime meridian? 0 degrees prime meridian or longitude to 180 degrees west. Western Hemisphere, and from prime meridian to 180 degrees to Eastern Hemisphere. So our Earth globe is divided into 4 spheres: Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, and Eastern Hemisphere. Now it is possible to locate exactly where is our India. So you just observe here, our India is located in Northern Hemisphere. That is observation in this picture. Exactly here it is our India. Our India is located in Northern Hemisphere, means above the equator to North Pole. India exactly located in Northern Hemisphere. There is no doubt here. See here, these are the two important imaginary lines that divides the hemispheres. One is equator, the horizontal imaginary line, and the one is vertical imaginary line, prime meridian. So it divides our globe into two equal parts. Here northern hemisphere, and here it is southern hemisphere, and here western hemisphere, and here eastern hemisphere, as I explained you now. Northern hemisphere, and this is entire part. These are the countries located in southern hemisphere. These are the countries located in northern hemisphere. So if we compare with northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, in northern hemisphere we have maximum of land masses, all most major continents, and here if you observe in southern hemisphere, uh, fully covered with water, only few land masses are available in southern hemisphere. Most of the countries in the world are located in northern hemisphere. Here this is a western hemisphere, and here it is eastern hemisphere. Now what is exact location of our India? Tell me. See here, this is our India. Is above to the equator, means northern hemisphere, and purely it is in eastern hemisphere. Understood? Now our India is located in northeast hemisphere. Understood? It is located in northern hemisphere in latitude wise, and in longitude wise it is located in eastern part of our globe. So that the exact India's location is northeastern hemisphere. Northeastern hemisphere. Look here, northern hemisphere, this area. This is western hemisphere. This is southern hemisphere, and it is eastern hemisphere. So total 4 spheres are there. What is exact location of India? India is a vast country lying entirely in the northern hemisphere, as I told. The mainland extends between latitudes 8 degrees 4 minutes north. Look here, children. This is the place, 8 degrees 4 minutes northern latitude. The extension of India starts from mainland part. Starts from 8 degrees 4 minutes exactly northern latitude, and it extends up to 37 degrees 4 minutes here. 37 degrees, sorry, 6 minutes. 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude. And here according to longitude wise, from 68 degrees 7 minutes to east northwest, 68 degrees 7 minutes east to, see here, extended up to 97 degrees 25 minutes east. Once again, children, India extension starts from 8 degrees 4 minutes to 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude. Here, these are the horizontal imaginary lines, latitudes. And here from 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degrees 25 minutes east, because it is located in eastern hemisphere and northern hemisphere, so northeast. Here one more prime latitude which divides our country into two equal halves is nothing but 23 degrees 30 minutes or 23.5 degrees northern latitude is called as Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Cancer. You see, like the states Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, these all, here Tripura, these all states, they experienced our Tropic of Cancer. So to the southeast and southwest of the mainland lie water here, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands here, and the Lakshadweep Islands in Arabian Sea, and here Andaman and Nicobar Islands located in Bay of Bengal. Find out the extent of these groups of islands from your atlas. Now I explained you how to measure. So from which latitude to which latitude, from which longitude to which longitude, that is the final extension of any place. So by observing these latitude, calculating these latitudes and longitudes, we came to know the exact location and the position and the size of the place. Now clear, children? So definitely we will able to measure the size and location of any place by using these latitudes and longitudes. So do you know in your textbook the southernmost point of the Indian Union is Indira Point. Got submerged under the sea water in 2004 during the tsunami period. See here, this is the lighthouse of Indira Point. Indira Point is a place which included in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. If you observe clearly here, I mentioned here, this is Indira Point, the southernmost land point of India. This is Indira Point. Now it is not mentioned because it was vanished, means are submerged under the seawater during tsunami 2004. So this is the island of Indira Point here. Look at the picture. This is lighthouse of Indira Point. Okay. Indira Point is a village in the Nicobar district at Great Nicobar Islands of Andaman and Nicobar Islands in India. It is located in the Great Nicobar Tehsil. Tehsil means Mandal Lake. It is the location of the southernmost point of India territory. As I mentioned, Indira Point, it is located in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, most probably in Nicobar Islands. So, this Indira Point was previously named as Pygmalion Point. So when Swami Vivekananda, who had also visited Kanyakumari, had also visited this point. This Indira Point lighthouse was commissioned into service on 30th April 1972. So it was located 500 kilometers north of the epicenter of the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake. So because of that, the southernmost tip subsided 4.25 meters after the earthquake, and many of the inhabitants went missing in the tsunami that followed, because that almost all that place went under the water. Many people belongs to that island, they lost their lives. So present 16 to 20 families living next to the lighthouse and 4 scientists studying leatherback sea turtles were lost. So only 16 to 20 families living in that Indira Point present. Location I explained, children. Now size of India. What is the size of India? So the land mass of India, an area of how many kilometers? 3.28 million square kilometers. 3.28 million square kilometer. India's total area is about 2.4% of the total geographic area of the world. How much? 2.4%. And 3.28 million square kilometers is equal to 2.4% in the geographical area of the world. So all entire countries shared 100% land mass. Then India takes 2.4% is equal to 3.28 million square kilometers. So area is total 510.072 million square kilometers, our total area of our country, and only land part apart from water 148.94 million square kilometers. When we consider water also, our water part 361.132 million square kilometers, so that 70.9% of the world's surface is water, 29.1% is land, as you know. I explained in previous classes also. So our earth is filled with approximately 71% of the water and 29% of the land mass. In that 29% of the land mass, India occupies 2.4% land mass. So this is, if it is total area, in that India occupies 2.4% of the total geographic area of the world. The land mass of India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometers. India's total area accounts for about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. So it is clear that in 2.4 picture that India is the largest seventh country of the world. So seventh largest in the area wise and second largest in population wise. Imagine what is the role of India, what is the contribution of the India to the world. India has a land boundary of 15,200 kilometers. This is total 15,200 kilometers. And the total length of the coastal line of the mainland, including this Andaman and Nicobar Islands and these Lakshadweep Islands, is 7,516.6 kilometers. India has total land boundary of 15,200 kilometers. And when we consider to the mainland coastal land, these coastal lands and these Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands included 7,516.6 kilometers. Look here, ma. This is land boundary of India. How many kilometers? 15,200 kilometers from here to here. 15,200 kilometers. That is land boundary. And the length of the coastal line is here from Gujarat to. These are coastal line. This coastline part is up to 7,516.6 kilometers for your easy understanding. What is the structure of and physiography of India? India is bounded by the Young-Fold Mountains in the northwest. Look here, from here to here, our Himalayas stretched. In the northwest, north and west direction, and here north and northeast. From northwest to north up to east, northeast. So this entire part is stretched with Himalayas, young folded mountains. South of about 22 degrees northern latitude, it begins to taper and extend towards the Indian Ocean, dividing it into two seas. So here, this is Indian Ocean. So here from here 22 up to 22. So as I told, 23.5 degrees northern latitude divides our India into two equal halves. From there and 22 degrees north latitude to up to 8 degrees 4 minutes completely it was inserted into the ocean, Indian Ocean, and it divided that Indian Ocean into two seas. What are the two seas here? East, Bay of Bengal, and west it is Arabian Sea. So that our east, west and southern part of our country covered with water. So a landmass which is covered with three side water and one side landmass we called as peninsular. So that because of this reason our Deccan Plateau is called as Peninsular Plateau. India is a peninsular nation. Understood? And look at figure 1.3 here and note that the latitudinal and longitudinal extension of the mainland is about 30 degrees. Despite this fact, the east-west extent appears to be smaller than the north-south extent. So when we compare to this one looks like smaller one. Understood? So here in our nation, mountains are located, plateaus are there, islands are there, northern plains are there. The Great Indian Desert also is located in our India. If you observe here, Thar Desert. So due to this Aravalli ranges, here these people are not exposed to heavy rainfall. So because of that, what happened? Thar Desert formed due to the Aravalli hills and less rainfall. Here if you observe the central mainland occupied with Vindhya and Satpura ranges. This is our Deccan Plateau area. Here Eastern Ghats and here it is Western Ghats. This is the Great Place Ran of Kutch. This is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Sundarban forest areas are located here. And here Nilgiri Hills. Here Codmong Hills. And Lakshadweep Islands and Andaman Nicobar Islands. So India has a great diverse physiographic channels. Mountains are there, hills are there, plateaus, Great Indian Desert and Great Peninsular Plateaus, Deccan Plateau, and the fertile northern plains, east coastal plains and west coastal plains gives a tremendous wealth. So if you observe here many rivers, the Indus river system and the Ganga river system and Brahmaputra river system here. See here many rivers. If you come to the peninsula rivers like Godavari, Mahanadi and here Kaveri, Krishna gives tremendous fertile soils to our nation, which made our India agriculture nation. Because of that reason, 67% of the Indians directly or indirectly depends on agriculture. Coming to exact location and about our prime meridian of India. Look here, children. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours extensionally. As I told, to cross or to complete one rotation for each longitude, Earth takes 4 minutes. Earth takes 4 minutes. So India starts exactly at 68 degrees approximately, for example, and it was ends in Arunachal Pradesh. What is the extension? 97 degrees 25 minutes. So nearly, if we complete 30, how many? 30 meridians are there in between Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. What is the time duration to complete the rotation of the earth from 68 to 97 degrees 25 minutes is nothing but 4 into 30, 120 minutes. 120 minutes means 2 hours of time. Now understood? From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, 2 hours time lagging. Then hence time along the standard meridian of the India, that is this one, 82 degrees 30 minutes is the Indian standard time meridian. 5 plus 5 hours 30 minutes time zone, according to time zone, plus 5 hours 30 minutes in meridian wise 82 degrees 30 minutes east. It was processed through Mirzapur here in Uttar Pradesh and is taken as the standard time for the entire country. The latitudinal extent influences the duration of the day and night as one moves from south to north. How to calculate? How to calculate? So here two prime meridians are there. One is at 65, 15, 75, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. At 75 we have one prime meridian. After that 90. Again 97. So how many from here to here? At 75 one prime meridian, at 91 prime meridian. Then which meridian we have to measure for our standard time? Because from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh we have 2 hours time lagging. So how to measure a standard time to India? If we follow the 75, somewhere it is far to the 97 degrees. If we follow 97 degrees, so these Gujarat people are lagging 2 hours. These people 2 hours ahead and these people 2 hours lagging. For example, one person, he wants to start at Gujarat at 5 o'clock to meet in Bhopal, for example. Another person starts from Arunachal Pradesh here, another person starts from here, Gujarat. Which time these people have to follow? If exactly they follow the 6 o'clock, then he will start at 6 o'clock. Now at that time, the time for Gujarat person is 4 o'clock. Understood? In which time these people have to follow, so that to avoid this confusion, our entire country followed only one meridian, that is 82 degrees 30 minutes. You just add these two and take the average, then you will get 82 degrees 30 minutes eastern longitude as a longitude. Standard time meridian of India. Understood clearly? I will explain time zones also. And look this map now. This is the capital city of India, is New Delhi here. And you observe here one meridian. This is the extension part of India. 67 degrees to 97 degrees. 68.7 degrees to 97.25 minutes. To avoid this all confusion, and it starts from 8 degrees 4 minutes latitudinal extension up to 37 degrees 6 minutes northern latitude. So that one prime meridian is necessary to avoid time confusions. So that we are following only one prime meridian for entire nation standard time, that is Indian standard time IST plus 5 hours 30 minutes or 82 degrees 30 minutes. If you calculate this 82 degrees 30 minutes into 4, then automatically you will get the same timings, minutes to hours. 5 hours 30 minutes is the exact Indian standard time. It passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. Here, in Eastern Hemisphere, there are 180 longitudes, and in Western Hemisphere, 180 longitudes. Total how many longitudes, Nana? 360 longitudes. Okay, clear? Now, so to cross or to complete one rotation of each longitude, Earth takes 4 minutes. So, 360 longitudes into 4 minutes. How many minutes we got? 440 minutes we got. 440 minutes we have to convert into hours. For each hour, how many minutes? 60 minutes. So 1440 minutes by 60 minutes for each hour will gives you hours. So total how many hours? 24 hours. So in this way, Earth takes how many hours to complete one rotation for all 360 longitudes? Means 24 hours is equal to 1 day and night. Clear? 1 day and night. So that to complete one rotation, Earth takes 24 hours. This is the calculation. For each meridian 4 minutes. For 360 meridians, 1440 minutes. So we've been, if we converted into hours, got 24 hours. Okay, see here. This is Earth rotation speed. At equator, how many meters per hour? 1025 meters per hour is equal to, sorry, not meters, miles, sorry, is equal to 1650 kilometers per hour. At 23.5 degrees, what is the speed? 1550 kilometers per hour. At here again decreasing 1275 at 66 degrees 30 minutes, and at 90 degrees it is on 830 kilometers. In this way Earth rotating. So if you observe here this picture, Earth tilting 23 degrees 30 minutes towards west. Understood clearly? So Earth tilting this one, Earth rotation at this speed. So this is the total meridians and the time take to complete one rotation. Now I am going to explain you about time zones, world time zones. See here children, how many time zones are there here? 24 time zones are there altogether. As I told, to complete 440 meridians, how many minutes? 24 hours. So that each and every prime meridian in that we have one time zone. So that we have 12 time zones towards east and 12 time zones in west. So sun rises first towards east. So that these all countries are getting early sunset. First, what is that? Here, Japan. So after that means Earth starts rotating. So first this place experience sun. After that this place. After this, in this way. So if we completed all this up to 0 degrees, it will be our night completely. And again we are going here towards the west. So if you observe here, all eastern time zones are symbolized with plus, all western time zones are symbolized with minus, because these people are ahead than this. So first earth rotation have to complete these 180 degrees. After that only sun enters into remaining 180 degrees. So that we are ahead in time than these people. Is it clear? These eastern state country people are getting first sunrise, after that only to this northern state. These people are lagging time. These people are ahead. So that all ahead are with plus, all lagging are with minus. Clear? Next, again coming to our Indian time zone. As I told, what is India's time? Plus 5:30 I mentioned. 82 degrees 30 minutes, or 82.5 degrees standard meridian. This passes through Mirzapur here, our India's time zone. So this is in between 5 to 6. 82, because what is 5? 75. 15 into 5, 75. One prime meridian of India at 75. Clear? After 68. And here what is one more prime meridian at 6? Means 15 into 6. How many? 90 degrees latitude. So India's is not 75 degrees and not 90 degrees also. So that what is India's exact position means 82 degrees 30 minutes, 82.5 into 4. So that in our country plus 5:30, 5 hours plus 5. I mentioned particularly plus 5 hours 30 minutes, because India's prime meridian located in between 75 to 90 means 5 to 6. 5 plus 6, 11 by 2. How much? 5.5. 5 hours 30 minutes is exact Indian standard time zone. Clear? So entire world is divided into 24 time zones. India is located here. Observe what they mentioned for Indian standard time. Look here, plus 5.5. Understood? So here Nepal plus 5 3 by 4. If you go to Tokyo, Japan, here plus 9.5. And here come to Moscow. And here many countries here. Many countries mentioned here. You look carefully. This place minus 9.5. And here is America. So you observe many places they mention the important one. Here plus 6.5 degrees. Somehow the particular meridian, somehow only that irregular time zones. India also irregular. So that in between. So that we call as these all colored mentioned here are following irregular. Means not 5, not 6, 5.5. Here Australia, they have mentioned plus 9.5 degrees, because this continent also extended nearly 3 time zones. So that plus 9.5 is the standard meridian time for Australia. I hope everyone understood this time zone and concept of the standard time. So this is 0 degrees prime meridian, which is known as Greenwich time meridian. So this 0 degrees time meridian is followed by London. Understood clearly, children? So this is about our world time zones. Total 24 time zones are there. So these are divided into plus 12 and minus 12. So all eastern countries are located in plus time zones and all western countries are located in minus time zones. Coming to international dateline. What is international dateline? 180 degrees east or west to the Greenwich meridian is known as International Date Line, IDL. This is also an imaginary line of longitude on Earth's surface. So the International Date Line is an imaginary line of navigation on the surface of the Earth here, and it demarcates the change of one calendar day to the next. It passes through the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Here I mentioned Pacific Ocean, roughly following 180 degrees line of longitude, but deviating to pass around some territories and island groups. So America to Asia gain a day. Asia to America lost a day. So that is the regarding time zones based on the prime meridian separates the two calendar days. Understood? So as I told, these all eastern countries all are in plus time zones. These people are gain a day. America to Asia. And here Asia to America lost a day. Previous day. Based on this, we have two calendar days for entire world. Look at textbook. So in your textbook, we have a small doubt that why 82 degrees 30 minutes east has been selected as the standard meridian of India. If you listen carefully my explanation, then you are ready to give me answer. Why we have selected 82 degrees 30 minutes as a standard meridian of India. Once again I am telling here, listen carefully. So in India we have observed two prime meridians. One is at 75, another one is at 90. Okay, so to follow 75 degrees as a prime meridian for entire nation, so these people are lagging. To follow 90 degrees for entire time, these people are lagging. So that to avoid this confusion, 75 plus 90, 165 by 2. How much? 82.5. So exactly the average of two prime meridian is considered as Indian Standard Time prime meridian. Is it clear, children? It is nothing but here 82 degrees 30 minutes that passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This is standard meridian. This is standard meridian. That is the main reason. Now clear to all. Then coming to the second question. Why is the difference between the durations of day and night hardly felt at Kanyakumari but not so in Kashmir? So this one also I explained earlier. Distance from the equator. Kanyakumari located at 8 degrees 4 minutes. Whereas if you observe Jammu and Kashmir is located in 37 degrees 6 minutes. One is located in torrid zone, another one is located in temperate zone. Is it clear? So the temperature is less, and due to the Himalayas. One more reason is due to the Himalayas. Kanyakumari is located near the equator, whereas Kashmir is located far away from the equator. Which is closer to equator, 8 degrees 4 minutes obviously is Kanyakumari, near to the equator. Whereas 37 degrees 6 minutes Jammu and Kashmir is very far from equator. We know that the day and night are almost of 12 hours each on the equator. As I explained before, day and nights are equal at equator. At temperate zone, daytime is more. At frigid zone, night time is more. Is it clear? Hence, places located close to the equator do not feel difference between the duration of day and night. So both days and nights are equal. When the difference increases as we go far from the equator, like Jammu and Kashmir, So that as Kanyakumari is quite near to 8 degrees 4 minutes north, the day-night difference is hardly 1 hour. That is the main reason in Kanyakumari, the difference between days and nights hardly felt. Hardly only 1 hour difference to days and nights. This is about our India's size and location, Indian Standard Time Zone and World Time Zones. What is the size of India? What is boundary line? What is the length of the boundary lines of India, children? Listen carefully, read textbook thoroughly and try to answer all the questions that have given in your textbook part by reading only textbook. Home children, in our next class we will meet again. Up to now, read your textbook thoroughly. Thank you.